Karen's voice was a foghorn of entitlement, booming across the pool deck like a siren nobody asked for. "You think you can gatekeep my summer with your pathetic rules?" she spat, her chins quivering with righteous fury as she loomed over the two teenage lifeguards. The community pool, a sparkling oasis in the sleepy suburb of Willow Creek, was about to become the stage for a showdown nobody saw coming, a clash of privilege, pride, and poetic justice. It was a blistering July afternoon, the kind where the air shimmered and tempers flared faster than sunscreen could dry. The pool, nestled behind a wrought iron gate, was the pride of the Willow Creek Homeowners Association, reserved strictly for residents who paid their dues. Karen, however, wasn't one of them. She'd moved into a rental on the edge of the neighborhood 6 months ago, and her disdain for HOA nonsense was as loud as her neon green swimsuit, which strained heroically against her frame. She'd been warned twice before: no membership, no pool. But Karen didn't do warnings. She did demands. "Listen, you little nobodies," she sneered, jabbing a manicured finger at Mia, the head lifeguard, whose calm demeanor was starting to crack. "I pay taxes. I deserve to be here. You're just power tripping because you're stuck in minimum wage hell." Mia, barely 19, clenched her clipboard, her knuckles whitening. Beside her, Jake, the assistant lifeguard, shifted uncomfortably, his eyes darting to the members-only sign nailed to the gate. A small crowd, two moms with toddlers and an elderly man named Mr. Thompson, watched from the poolside, their murmurs drowned out by Karen's tirade. The conflict had started innocently enough. Karen had waltzed through the gate an hour earlier, ignoring the sign-in sheet and tossing her oversized beach bag onto a lounge chair like she owned the place. Mia, ever diligent, had approached politely. "Ma'am, I need to see your membership card." Karen's response was a laugh so sharp it could have cut glass. "Membership? Sweetie, I don't need your permission to enjoy what's rightfully mine." When Mia pressed, Karen's tone turned venomous. "You're trash, gatekeeping a pool like you're some elite club. Pathetic." Jake, trying to defuse the situation, chimed in. "Ma'am, it's private property. The HOA sets the rules." Karen wheeled on him, her face reddening. "Private property? This is a community pool, you idiot. I'm the community." Her voice carried across the water, startling a kid doing cannonballs. Mr. Thompson, sipping lemonade under an umbrella, shook his head. "She's at it again," he muttered to one of the moms, who nodded, her phone already out, recording discreetly. Karen's entitlement wasn't new. She'd made a name for herself in Willow Creek, none of it good. She'd berated the mail carrier for delivering late, screamed at a neighbor for parking too close to her driveway, and once reported a kid's lemonade stand for cluttering the sidewalk. Her neighbors whispered about her, half in fear, half in fascination. Karen was a storm, and today, that storm was crashing against the pool's flimsy gate. Mia, trained to handle rowdy teens, not raging adults, took a deep breath. "Ma'am, if you don't leave, I'll have to call security." Karen's laugh was a bark. "Security? Go ahead, call your rent-a-cops. I'm not moving." She plopped onto the lounge chair, crossing her arms defiantly, her beach bag spilling sunscreen and a half-eaten sandwich onto the deck. The moms by the pool exchanged glances, their kids now clinging to their sides, sensing the tension. Jake radioed for help, his voice low but urgent. "We've got a trespasser refusing to leave. Send someone quick." Karen overheard and scoffed. "Trespasser? You're embarrassing yourselves. I'm a resident, not some criminal." But her confidence faltered when a patrol car rolled up 10 minutes later, its lights flashing lazily in the afternoon sun. Officer Daniels, a no-nonsense cop with a reputation for fairness, stepped out, his boots crunching on the gravel path. "Ma'am," Daniels said, approaching the gate, "I need you to step outside and show me some ID." Karen's eyes narrowed, but she didn't budge. "This is harassment," she snapped. "I'm being targeted for wanting to enjoy a pool. You should be ashamed, officer." Daniels, unfazed, glanced at Mia, who handed him the sign-in sheet. "She's not a member," Mia said quietly. "She's been asked to leave multiple times." Karen's face twisted into a mask of indignation. This is discrimination. You're all jealous because I'm not some sheep following your stupid rules. Her voice rose, drawing more attention. Mr. Thompson, now standing, called out, "Lady, you're not even supposed to be here. Pay your dues like the rest of us." The moms nodded, one whispering. She called them trash. Unbelievable. Daniel sighed, his patience thinning. "Ma'am, this is private property. If you're not a member, you're trespassing. Last chance to leave voluntarily." Karen stood, her bulk casting a shadow over the deck. "I'm not going anywhere," she declared, planting her feet like she was staking a claim. The air crackled with tension, the pool's serene ripples mocking the chaos unfolding. What Karen didn't know was that the HOA had cameras. Installed after a vandalism incident last summer, they'd caught her barging through the gate, ignoring the signs, and now defying a police officer. The footage was already being reviewed by the HOA president, Mrs. Nguyen, who'd had her own run-ins with Karen over unmowed lawns. As Daniels radioed for backup, Karen's bravado began to crumble. Her eyes darted to the gate, then back to the officer, calculating. "You're making a mistake," she hissed, but her voice wavered. Daniels, calm as ever, pulled out his notepad. "Name and address, please." Karen rattled off her information, still defiant, but the arrival of a second patrol car silenced her. Officer Lopez, Daniel's partner, stepped out, handcuffs glinting on her belt. The crowd held its breath. Even the kids stopped splashing. "Ma'am, you're under arrest for trespassing," Daniels said, his tone flat but firm. Karen's jaw dropped. "Arrest? For a pool? This is absurd." She flailed as Lopez approached, her beach bag tumbling to the ground, spilling more junk: a comb, a phone charger, a crumpled receipt. The handcuffs clicked, and Karen's protests turned to shrieks. "You can't do this. I'll sue you all." As Lopez led her to the patrol car, the crowd erupted in whispers. Mia, still clutching her clipboard, exhaled, her shoulders sagging. Jake gave her a thumbs up, his grin shaky but relieved. Mr. Thompson clapped slowly, muttering, "About time." The moms, now openly filming, shook their heads. One whispered to her friend, "Karma's real." Karen's arrest wasn't just a spectacle, it was a reckoning. For weeks, she'd bullied her way through Willow Creek, treating rules as suggestions and neighbors as obstacles. But the pool was sacred ground, a symbol of community effort, paid for by dues she'd scoffed at. Her downfall wasn't just legal, it was moral. She'd underestimated the power of collective patience wearing thin. As the patrol car pulled away, Karen's silhouette slumped in the back seat, her neon swimsuit a garish contrast to the gray interior. The pool returned to its quiet rhythm, kids splashing, moms chatting, Mr. Thompson sipping his lemonade. Mia and Jake resumed their posts, the sign-in sheet a little crinkled but intact. The members-only sign stood firm. Its handwritten title: "Hoa Karen called us trash for gatekeeping pool, then got arrested for trespassing on private property, a quiet testament to justice served." The HOA later posted the incident on their community board, a warning to future Karens. Mrs. Nguyen added a note: "Respect the rules, respect each other." Willow Creek wasn't perfect, but it was a place where fairness, however delayed, eventually prevailed. Karen's name became a cautionary tale, whispered over barbecues and book clubs, a reminder that entitlement drowns when the community stands firm.